Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. This video is gonna be kind of a rant about something that I wanted to get off my chest for a while. So please bear with me while I try to explain to you why I think like this. As always, remember that you can leave your opinion down in the comments. You don't have to agree with me about everything I say. So, without further ado, let's get into this video. Before I get into the explanation, I just want to clarify something. I am indeed a K-pop stan. I listen to it on the daily. I stan multiple groups and support them in what they do. However, I like the music and the artists, but I absolutely despise the industry that they belong to. Don't get me wrong, nothing I say in this video is any artist's fault. In fact, most of these are either the company's or the fans' fault. There's just a bunch of things about K-pop that I really don't like. Today, I will be expressing my dislike about certain aspects of the K-pop culture in general, not just the companies. So, literally without anything else to say, let's jump right in. Everybody knows that, essentially, for a person to become a K-pop artist they need to be scouted by an entertainment company, and then complete a training period before they can actually make their debut. This in itself isn't what bothers me. It's the way these companies scout and train their future idols what I find incredibly ridiculous. For starters, most idols that end up in visual positions when they debut were most likely street casted for their good looks. This is bad not only because they are basing a person's talent off of their looks, but also because they take away opportunities from people that might actually have some musical talent, as opposed to trainees that end up in groups solely because they look good. But, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of idols with visual positions that actually have talent. I'm just talking about the ones that clearly don't, and you can notice how they shouldn't be in that group anyway. There's also the whole thing about companies refusing to scout people because they don't meet their beauty standards, which I honestly find disgusting. How there's an entire industry that relies mostly on looks and visuals rather than talent and musical quality. And then about the training period, it's the longevity and intensity of it what throws me off. There's a lot of idols that train for years on end when they actually started with pretty decent skills, while there's others that train for just a few months when they actually need more. As well as I don't understand how there's some trainees that train 24/7 while there's others that train just a few hours and call it a day. Like I don't get how you're supposed to have somewhat equally talented people when clearly the training isn't the same for everyone. Like I get it about people that need a lot of training and train for years, and some that just don't and train for a few months, but it isn't the majority. Most trainees have training periods that don't suit the level of their skills and it just bothers me. The obsession K-pop companies have with perfection makes some performances seem manufactured, like the idols are actually robots programmed to perform the same thing over and over again. I understand that you want the performances to be good, but that doesn't mean you need to make your idols lip sync and choreograph every single movement to the point where if you overlay two of them they look exactly the same. Where's the authenticity? The stage presence? The raw vocals? Literally nowhere to be seen. I know that some artists do sing live and do have a wonderful stage presence, but you can notice, for example on encore stages or overseas performances, how there's others that are literally lost without backing tracks, choreography and all the fancy camera work. And it's just so sad how they are supposed to be performers and can't actually perform something real. Of course, I'm not talking about every single artist. There's some with actual talent that are awesome performers. This one pisses me off. I just hate how groups from large companies are guaranteed instant success just because they came out of that specific company, regardless of their actual talent or music. There's so many super talented groups that just happen to belong to a smaller company that have to disband because they aren't successful enough, while there's average groups from big companies that take all the success. It's just frustrating how unfair the whole industry actually is. Positions in K-pop don't necessarily bother me. It's just when a person's position makes it okay for them to take all the lines, center and screen time in a song when it starts to piss me off. Just because someone is a main rapper or main vocalist doesn't mean that the leads or just plain rappers and vocalists are less deserving of lines. It's fine when the mains get the most lines but the leads also get very decent lines. But it really isn't okay when their position justifies them singing basically an entire song. Same with dancers and visuals. Just because someone is a main dancer or a visual doesn't mean they deserve all the center and screen time. It's just very unfair. In K-pop, a group, whether it's the entire group or a subunit of it, or a specific idol, like some NCT members or group members that have solo careers, basically get 5 comebacks a year or just 1. There's very few that have a balance. For example, there's Blackpink, that gets barely a comeback each year, or twice that in 2018 had 4 Korean comebacks, and even in JYP itself, twice gets all the attention and good promotions while GOT7 is poorly promoted. There's also the issue of overworking specific members due to their popularity. Going back to NCT, there's Mark and Taeyong, that are not only a part of the busiest NCT unit, but were also added to Super M last year. They are both in NCT U as well and Mark is apparently going back to NCT Dream this year. Then you got Haechan, that had 4 comebacks last year with Dream and 127 and also contributed to an NCT U station track. They get all of that, while there's NCT members that barely get lines in the units they belong to. They are the clearest example, but I know there's other companies particularly overworking a group or member while giving no attention to others. I'll keep this very brief because honestly the dating ban topic is actually meant for a whole video. Idols should be the ones that get to decide whether they date or not. And if fans have a problem with their oppa getting married or even just plainly dating someone, they honestly need to fuck off. They are human beings that deserve to fall in love, date, get married and have kids, just as much as you do. Fans really shouldn't get upset, and companies should really not care about things like this and just let their idols live like normal 20-year-olds that just want to date someone. Things like this next clip honestly break my heart. Fans like this are literally so disgusting.
현실에서 내가 만약에 데이트할 때 내가 나중에 여자친구가 생긴다면 언젠가 이런 노래를 나는 부르고 싶다. 즐겨 부르는 노래 혹은
여자친구 얘기가 나오니까 지금 좀.
아니 그럼 평생 혼자 살 수는 없잖아요. 평생. 자 양보할게요. 그러면 40살 때. 40살. 50살. 50살 여기서 타. 평생 혼자 살라고요? 민종 특선을. 야, 아 정말. 야, 실버타운에서. 자, 오케이. 자, 합의 본 거예요.
And then on the other hand, you have idols getting shipped together after they greet each other professionally at an event. And on top of that, fans and paparazzi often violate idols' privacy to actually find out if they are or aren't dating someone. The whole issue of dating in the K-pop industry is just ridiculous, and I hate it. Again, this topic could fit into an entire video, so I'll keep it short. Idols need to rest. They need to have some time for themselves, some time to collect themselves and to just get a grip about everything that's going on in their lives. And most of them don't get to do so by being pushed around and forced to do things maybe they aren't entirely comfortable with, without even including the online hate and super high expectations from the fans. Mental health is a very serious issue that the K-pop industry doesn't pay enough attention to. Many idols suffer from mental health issues because of this, and many of those could end up really bad if not handled properly. We should care a bit more about the human being behind the public persona, because if this keeps going, it's gonna get much worse than it already is. So anyways, that's it for this video. There's gonna be a part 2, cause there's still a bunch of things I don't like that I couldn't fit into this video. But I hope you guys like this one and please comment down below what you think about this topic. I'll see y'all in the next video. Love ya, bye.
Thank you. I love you.